Michael Jordan had two kids who weren't great basketball players. He didn't put them on the Charlotte Hornets, you know what I mean, and said, oh, well,
Yep.
I own the team, put my two boys on the end of the bench. Like, he wouldn't disrespect the game like that. I've said it many times on my radio show. I think he's the worst commissioner in sports right now. I think he's not taking control. And I understand you want to be a player's commissioner, but you can't let the players dictate everything. And I think that's where the NBA lost its way. In 2014, 2015, the Warriors took 31 threes a game. That was number one in the league. This is 10 years ago. Now, the Toronto Raptors take 31 threes a game. And when the Warriors did it 10 years ago, they were number one in threes. The Toronto Raptors are last in threes. The same number.
Round of applause. Yeah, that's crazy.
Think about that. Think about in 10 years, 31 is now last place. That was number one.
I can't even watch it. It's boring as hell for me. And I'm not the best to gauge because again, I'm a tech guy now, crypto bro. But I have no interest in watching this NBA game at all. Especially, I think it hit rock bottom when they let Bronnie in.
Well, that was another big controversial thing, and people, a lot of people tried to look the other way, and I think it really has hurt in the idea that, people have to earn their way on a team. That's what people have respect for. And even the players who are in the league, there's some kid who has put in their time, energy, and all that. And, people try to make excuses. Well, the owners hire their sons and they have nepotism. That ain't out on the court or the field. There's a big difference. If you're Jerry Jones,
blatant nepotism.
Yeah, if you're Jerry Jones and you own the Cowboys, it's a family business. You can hire your family, okay?
Yeah.
Now, it might be a reason why they haven't been to the NFC Championship game in 30 years because they haven't hired the right people, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Jerry Jones never put his son on the team. Michael Jordan owned the you see what I'm saying? Michael Jordan had two kids who weren't great basketball players. He didn't put them on the Charlotte Hornets, you know what I mean, and said, "Oh, well, I own the team, put my two boys on the end of the bench." Like, he wouldn't disrespect the game like that, and that's what I don't understand why people thought it was okay for LeBron to flex.
It goes back to the top. The commissioner should not have allowed it. Even if they would have, tried to do that, I'm sure there was some process that it had to go through the commissioner.
Well, I'll say this. In baseball, years ago, I remember the Oakland A's owner was trying to sell all of his great players to the other teams. He just wanted for cash. And they sold a couple players to the Yankees, sold a couple players to the Red Sox. And the commissioner stepped in and stopped the sales and said it wasn't in the best interest of baseball for the Oakland A's to sell their best players to these teams. And they stopped the sale of the players and would not allow it to happen. So there's got to be a clause for the commissioner not in the best interest of the sport. And if you're going to get to this point and people
I think David Stern did that once or twice before, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
hasn't he stopped it?
It was Chris Paul, a trade with, remember Chris Paul was supposed to go to the Lakers from New Orleans, and they wouldn't let the trade go through because it wasn't in the best interest of basketball.
Yep. So that's a commissioner. That's yet again another bad move on Adam. Another bad move, in my opinion.
No, I'm with you. I've said it many times on my radio show. I think he's the worst commissioner in sports right now. I think he's not taking control. And I understand you want to be a player's commissioner, but you can't let the players dictate everything. And I think that's where the NBA lost its way.
Yo, it's crypto blood, Detroit flow, streaming from the D, knowing what the show, indicators are on point, OG since 12, invested in trade, living life like a pro.